Hey everybody, this is a garden tour video from 2018, around early to mid-June, somewhere around the 6th to the 14th, I can't remember exactly. There's a video I shot for my mother to show her what we'd started to do. This was my first year of really gardening. I've never gardened before. So this was my kick at the can. We put herbs in railing baskets because we thought it would be a good idea for the easy access, but turned out the amount of soil and nutrients and coupled with the fact that the heat and the sunlight that a lot of these guys received during that summer, they just didn't fare that well. But we had chervil, dill, oregano, thyme. Actually, 2 types of oregano, 2 types of thyme, sage, 2 types of parsley, some chives, some purple basil, Vietnamese cilantro, and I think that was about it that we had up here. Oh, and chives, of course. And some of them did well. The chives actually thrived, but that was really about it. So yeah, we did not do it again. Anyway, from here, this is the rest of the tour. Enjoy. The driveway fence. This is the back side of it. Should be getting my hinges today, and then I can start working on this part right here. Put a door in. In here we have mint and some marigolds. Gonna pause this for a sec because the description I'm about to give about the plans that we had for this area are kind of funny, because this is so not what happened in the long run. There's another video from 2019 coming up later. You'll see what happened. And over here we have Annette's hydrangea and a little bit of the easy seed grass we're redoing in here. We're gonna make a bed behind the hose there. Of course, our bush of whatever. I know I'm supposed to know what it is, but I don't. And beautiful geraniums. Okay, here we have a black satin blackberry bush. Starting to flower a little there, as you can see. So that should give us some berries later on. We're going to get it to climb up the pillar here. Here's some anise hyssop. And that'll make a nice aphid trap. Coming here, we have the Concord grape, Mom's favorite, right there. And here we have the Pinot Noir. That's a nice little grape. That one's going to be a little harder to grow than the others. Apparently it's a finicker vine. So this is the Frontenac Noir here. That's their, it's a hybrid grape built for North America. It does really well here. And here's our Frontenac Gris. That'll be a white wine. And just like the other end, we got ourselves a flat satin blackberry bush and another anise hyssop over here. Right here we have rosemary planted from seed. There's a little one coming up right about there. I hope you can see that. We have oregano here, but unfortunately that hasn't come up at all yet. Yeah, we're waiting though. It does have a germination time of about 2 weeks, and we're not quite at 2 weeks yet, so I'm not really worried. Well, here we have an Oscar blackberry bush. It's different than the other two, but again, it'll act as a pollinator. And this hyssop, unlike the other two, which are anise hyssop, this is a giant hyssop. They'll actually get about 4 feet high, and you can see one of them coming up there just on the other side of that rock. Geraniums here, and geraniums over there. So here we have the rosemary, again coming up here. It's just like the other end. And again over here the sugar lady Ann bush beans. Now in the bed itself, as you can see, from this whole area here, I've got the clover down. It's just coming in beautifully. That'll make a really nice natural mulch and nitrogen fixer. Plus it's constantly flowering, so that'll help attract the pollinators like the bees and the hummingbirds and stuff. We got some green onions here and some nasturtium starting to come up. We've got some alpine columbine. We got these on kind of a discount. And they were in rough shape, but they're coming back really nicely. Same with the cardinal flowers here. They're just coming back great. And these guys attract pollinators. That's their big thing. These are things that we still have to put in. We got some more tomatillas, Roma tomatoes to go in.
We got another hyssop. There's some marigolds. There's some tarragon pots for herbs. And these are a beard tongue. And all three of these were super dead. And one of them's coming back good. The other one's coming back not so bad. We're not so sure about this front guy, but hopefully we'll see. Now we got some Roma tomatoes in the ground here. And Annette has planted, I do believe, some geraniums there. And some more marigolds there. She's got her lettuce down there. There's another Roma tomato. There's a pea coming up right there. See the pea right here? Here's the pea. Squash. And another hyssop. And we got some cucumbers. And they're flowering nicely. And you can see the cucumber starting to form here. Look at that little cucumber deliciousness. That's going to be so yummy later on. And that's green onions. They're coming along really nicely. Really nicely. And then our white onions also coming along great. And here we got our beets. White and purple striped beets. And the dogs kind of ran through here. Well, whatever was there, there just never came through. Radishes. Again, Gara jumped on there and knocked us around, but they finally came back. Got some beefsteak tomatoes here. Roma tomatoes there. Or not Roma, cherry. Horseradish plant going ape shit.
Yeah, that's an understatement. Yeah. Lesson from this, never put horseradish in a bed or in the ground, because you will have horseradish unless you really work at it. The next year, we were pulling out horseradish shoots all summer long and even into the beginning of last year for a tiny bit. It's finally stopped coming up, but it took 2 years of almost daily weeding of horseradish in 2019 and the start of 2020. Crazy how much that stuff can come back.
Oops, that thing's a big plant. We're gonna have to, I think we may have to move that because this is starting to take over the bed. Another cherry tomato. Little tomatilla plant picked up for $1. It was almost dead. That one stalk's bent over. It's still alive though. It just can't stand up. The other one's come back great, so we'll get some tomatillas there. And let's flip around here. I keep popping him up and resting him around the thing here, hoping to get him to climb and cling and get some life out of him. There we go. Get some fun, make some chlorophyll. All right, so bell peppers here, and jalapeno there, and eggplant. Jane Austen's a man. It's a Greek Yorkshire man with a beard like a rhododendron bush. That's a beautiful plant. Dwarf Juliet cherry tree. He's going in the ground later today or tomorrow. Although with the way the heat's going today, I don't think it's going to be today. Our pear tree went in yesterday. She's a beauty. Got some lupin in there with it. That'll actually go in this bed when we're done. But for now, until the bed's built, it's just going to sit her there, and then we'll just transplant it when it's time. This is our wild section. This is so wild, but it's so nice. Annette knows what these are, and I can't remember right now. But I just love those purple and white flowers. Here we have fennel coming up, and there's some dill over here. Again, it's just if you look really, really close, they're just starting to come up, but I don't think you can see them very well with the camera right now. Yeah, chives. Lots of chives here on the outside ring. Uh-oh, drawing a blank. German chamomile, and then of course some basil, sweet basil, and regular basil. Nasturtiums in there, where the dog prints are. There's another hyssop, aphid trap, and there's two sections of marigolds here. So basically all of these guys just play really, really well with the apple tree. This is a little family of plants that work together. And same thing will happen to these other 3 trees. They'll all have beds just like this one. Look at all the wood from the fence of many colors that my mama hates me to make. Look at that, Mom. Look at all that different wood of shapes, sizes, depths. And colors. This is awesome. So we're gonna get in here and clean up this weekend because the 2 blueberry bushes are just getting overwhelmed with weeds and vines and stuff. So now I can't help you here. I don't know what most of these are, but you and Annette will. I'll just move along here and slowly get pictures of everything. The lavender, though, which I do know, that stuff is going crazy. Annette just loves this. Look at the big bushy lavenders. And Wagelia! Look at the Wagelia! Okay, so I do know 2 of them. Oh, and not some sort of hogwort or maybe some other sunwort or mirror. I don't know. I know Annette planted that, but I don't know what it is. I don't know what that was, or is, or will be, or I'm just not sure. And there's those two ones over here. I'm gonna bust out of these concrete pathways. They're gonna go. They're gonna come off the steps here, but one path's gonna go straight here to the end of the corner. Just go right here, and then the other path, instead of going straight out here and bust it up, it's just going to come straight down here to our property line. So it just makes sense to put the paths where we walk. Alrighty, that's the garden tour.